So in this section, I'll be talking about integration by parts. There's something you should note if you want to integrate functions using integration by parts. There's this principle called the linearity principle. The linearity principle. So this L stands for the logarithm function, and this I stands for inverse trigonometric function, and this A stands for what? The algebraic function. This T stands for the trigonometric function, and this E is what? Exponential function. Now let's say U and V, they are functions of what? Of X and Y. You want to integrate UV, that implies the integral of UV is UV minus V du. And let's say you are given two functions now, and the first function is an algebraic function, and the second function is what? Is an exponential function. So that means your algebraic function is your what? Is your U, and this exponential function is what? Is your V. We are given two functions. The first, if U is what? Logarithm function, and V is what? Exponential function. That means your U is what? Logarithm function, and your what? And V is what? Exponential function. Now, examples of integration by parts. Look at this question. The integral of x sine x dx and the integral of arctan x dx and the integral of s squared cos x dx. Now look at this x sine x dx. There are two functions here. This is x. This x is an algebraic function, and this sine x is what? Is a trigonometric function. So that means this x, this a comes before what? T. Algebra comes before what? Trigonometric a, according to the linearity principle. So that means my U, so let U be what? Be x. If it is x, that means this sine x dx is your what? Is your dv. That means dv is equal to sine x dx. So if you is equal to x and dv is what? Sine x dx, that means if you integrate both sides of this equation to get your what? Your v. Here v is what? Integral of what? Sine x is minus cos x plus c. Now this is u as sine x. U is what? X. If u is x here, that means the u dx is what? Is 1. And the u is what? Dx. Now the formula. uv is equal to minus v du. Now what is my u? My u is x. And my v is what? Minus cos x. My v is what? Minus cos x. And my du is what? My du is what? Dx. Because the u dx is 1, that's dx. Here that implies that minus x cos x plus the integral of sine x dx. So that's minus x cos x plus this plus cos x. So if we integrate cos x, we are going to get sine x, that's plus sine x plus c. And the second one is arctan x dx, the inverse of this trigonometric function. That's arctan x dx. Now this is arctan x dx, just arctan x. There's not like u, there's not like v here. But this arctan x dx is just the inverse function. So let u be arctan x. So if u is what? Arctan x. This is what? This is dx. So that you can just write the v is equal to what? Is dx. And here this is equal to arctan x. If you differentiate this, the u dx is 1 over 1 plus x squared. That's my du dx. So that means my du is equal to dx over 1 plus x squared. Here the v is equal to dx. Integrate both sides of the equation. So that means v is equal to what? V is equal to x. Now the formula. uv minus is equal to uv minus what? v du. So my u is what here? Is arctan x, and my v is what? X minus v du x. Du is what? Dx all over 1 plus x squared. So that's x arctan x minus x over 1 plus x squared dx. Now if you differentiate this x squared, you're going to get 2x. That's x arctan x minus 1 over 2, then put 2x all over 1 plus x squared dx. From the law, if you are integrating a fractional function and you notice that the derivative coefficient of the numerator is of the denominator is the numerator, just take the natural logarithm. So that's x arctan x minus 1 over 2 ln 1 plus x squared plus c. So find the integral of x squared cos x dx using integration by parts and leave your answer in the comment section. Thanks for watching.